Hello, so this is Linda of Christ is King Forever. So this morning I had a very interesting dream. And the dream was that this person who was dressed in kind of, I guess you could say, biblical attire was walking out into this kind of open area. It looked almost like a dried up creek. And what I noticed first was the lamp that he had. And as he went out with his lamp and his head was covered, uh, all of a sudden all these other lamps had appeared, almost like in response to the fact that they could see him, and then they wanted him to see them. And so he walks out into what looked like a dried up creek with a lot of like very thick rooted branches from trees, and it's kind of had like a dip in the ground, and almost like a valley, maybe miniature valley. I don't really know. No, it's not a valley. It was something else. It was like a dried up creek bed, but kind of big, maybe a riverbed. And it had these big rooted trees like up and down the edges of it and around it. And I don't know why that matters, but it created a problem for people trying to get to the person with the light. As soon as their light, turned on because they saw him, um, they all started running toward him. And then, as they were passing him by, he waited and then started walking with the ones who had the light with them. And as he turned around, I realized it looked like Jesus, like the classic image of Jesus. And you could tell he was the prominent person. And then as he went to go leave the riverbed with lots of roots that people kind of had to stumble over and to get to him, kind of like maybe barriers, or I don't really know what they represent, but they're very thick roots. And as he turns around and leaves, all of a sudden, all the people that were out there that saw him right as he turned, their lights went out, their candles snuffed out. And you could see just a bunch of smoke where their candles are. And it was just a lot of wafting candle smoke as he went to exit the riverbed, and people couldn't see him anymore, but he also wasn't really looking for them either. And I thought, well, because it reminded me of the banquet, as soon as I got up, I thought, oh, that must be the banquet of the lamb, because there's like several different parables that are kind of similar but not. One's about a banquet but everybody wasn't dressed correctly. One's about the 10 virgins, or they all kind of give the same vibe, but I don't really always understand what they mean because they can be kind of complicated. Sometimes we're coming from a worldly angle, and God's not talking in a worldly way. So I've learned over time that sometimes it takes time for the Holy Spirit to reveal these things to you. Sometimes reading a lot of commentary will help, and asking, hey, Holy Spirit, is that what you mean? Uh, then I woke up and realized it's still Passover for the Jewish people. And I do think that means something. So I just thought I should come on here and share it. You can ask the Holy Spirit what it means, and you can, decide for yourself if it means anything to you. But I just thought there was something very significant about the fact that I think tomorrow is the last day of Passover. And, it does seem like something that's said in at least few of the parables. Well, this is Linda of Christ is King Forever. May God be with you.